that they had to beat. They could not get the series wins they needed. So now it's back. Oriole Park at Camden Yards, the site, and 4 against the Chicago White Sox. With the Orioles fans back behind them, now is the time, and it is time, to make a run. It's the Orioles and the White Sox, Game 1, coming up. It's the Orioles on Masson, and the O's, after that road trip, more than happy to come back home to these confines. And the Chicago White Sox in time as they going to meet for the second time this season. The White Sox actually took 2 out of 3 in the first meeting in Chicago, but it's back to Baltimore for this 4-game set. Hi, everybody. I'm Gary Thornton. Welcome. Great to have you with us. And for the Orioles, time's running out. There are no more tomorrows. There's no more about wait a little while longer. These are the teams you got to beat, and you got to beat them right now. And for the Orioles, what they've not been able to do this season is put a winning streak together, a substantial one. They need to do that right now if they are going to gain ground. And all of this will depend, as always, on the starting pitching. Miguel Gonzalez will make the start tonight for the Orioles. It has been 2 different seasons for him. Take a look at the numbers. You see the first 17 appearances when he went 8-3. Team was 11-6. His ERA a very solid 3.34. Opponent batting average low, and he had a good strikeout to walk ratio. But since those first 17, both as a starter and a reliever, he's gone 0-4. The team's only 2-6. The ERA way up, 6.68. Opponent batting average is way up. So is the strikeout ratio. He's got to be a little bit better than that if the Orioles are going to come away with a win.
Yeah, he just has to pitch better. He's got 4 pitches. He's got to use them. He has to be able to sustain them. Something he hadn't been done. That's why the numbers look the way they look.
So we hope he gets a little better here in this ball game. There's going to be a moment of silence before the game. We're going to go to our PA announcer, Ryan Wagner.
Ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you please rise and that gentlemen remove your hats as we welcome the Baltimore County Police Department Ceremonial Guard, who will present the colors for this evening's game. Earlier tonight, we recognized a fallen hero from the Baltimore County Police Department. A 13-year veteran and tactical officer, Jason Schneider, was killed in the line of duty while trying to keep our community safe from harm. In honor of Officer Schneider's extreme dedication and in respect for the many friends and family members he leaves behind, we ask that you join us in observing a reflective moment of silence.
And is brought to you by PNC Bank, for the achiever in you. Another gorgeous day here in Baltimore and just a beautiful evening for this baseball game. Take a look at our Train game time temperature. It is 81 degrees, a few high clouds, no wind. Train celebrating its 100th anniversary by offering irresistible financing. It's hard to stop a train, really hard. Let's take a look at the starting lineup for the White Sox. Diaza, Beckham, and Ramirez. Dunn, Konerko, and Garcia. Gillespie, Visaedo, and Anderson doing the catching. Only Anderson's second game for Adam Dunn. The all or nothing. But he's been hitting for an average here for the past couple of months, along with those homers and RBIs.
Take a look at our scouting report. Miguel Gonzalez, well, he wants to turn it around. Had one in a month of Sundays, plus maybe a couple of extra ones. And so he likes the pitch here at Camden Yards. 5-2 ERA, not that much lower. And he throws more home runs here, but they support him well. Very comfortable here. 13 home runs here, and then an enigma because he's got this stuff. I mean, the perfect example is last start. One mistake going into the 5th inning. 5 runs later, 6 hits and a walk. He was out of the game. The Yankees had 5 on the board. The Orioles lose the first game of that 3-game series. Didn't win until that 7th run. Inning in the 7th inning on Sunday, so he just has to give him a chance. You can see the right-handers, contrary to last year, 14 home runs. It just looks like he doesn't have the command. Certainly has the stuff, but if you can't control that stuff, you're going to have problems, and that's why he has not won in a while.
He has not pitched against the Chicago White Sox. This is his first outing against Chicago. A couple of guys in the lineup who've played elsewhere have hit against him before, but only one, Garcia, playing in right field tonight, has any numbers against Gonzalez. So here we go, first of 4, obviously all vital. Here's Diaza, leadoff batter. He'll bring Machado in, real good speed. Diaza getting the start in center field and will take the pitch for a strike. With the left-handers having the better average against Gonzalez. Robert Ventura has put 4 lefties, 4 out of the 9 in the lineup will hit from the left side of the plate. Diaza in that leadoff spot, one of them. The 0-1 delivery to it, and that'll be fouled back into the screen and an 0-2 count.
Yeah, he could be really late on the fastball, but then if you go 3, 4, 5 pitches, that 15 home runs, that is 6 more than he hit last year. And then, as you mentioned, Gary, 19 steals, been caught 7 times, 26 stolen bases last year. So he makes this offense go if he gets on.
And the 0-2 delivery to him will be high, up and in. These White Sox had a good series against the Orioles when they played in Chicago, taking 2 out of 3. Talk about the Orioles and all the one-run games they've played. The White Sox, Robin Ventura's teams, played more than anybody. They beat the Orioles 5-2 and 3-2. The Orioles beat them in the middle game by a score of 4-2. And these are the only times these teams are meeting. And for Buck Showalter's club, they're 9.5 now out of first place in the American League East. That is the largest deficit the Orioles have had this year, behind the division leading Red Sox. So in earnest, it's about the wild card, and they are 6.5 out of that second wild card spot. Pitch will be taken up and away, and the count will go to 2 balls and 2 strikes on Diaz. So he's working him in here a little bit. Let me correct that, 4 out of second place on that wild card. 4. That's a big difference.
Yeah, Tampa Bay with 61 losses, the Orioles with 65 coming in.
2-2 inside, so after getting ahead of him, a couple of strikes, it goes full, 3 balls and 2 strikes.
So he gets to see now 6 pitches, and at least my experience as a starting pitcher was now all of a sudden when you have a speedster, you have to give him something to hit. Didn't have to do that 0-2, not close enough.
And Diaza will go down swinging, so Gonzalez comes back to get him.
Well, there's the splitter, and big mystery again with a curveball, a slider. This pitch right here, look at the bottom drop out of it. And a fastball that can go anywhere from 90 to 93. Last year able to spot that fastball in and out. But this pitch, strikeout pitch, double play pitch, gets you back into the count pitch. And yet he has not won in 5 weeks.
And here is Gordon Beckham. Beckham, their second baseman, will take the pitch for a ball. You see Beckham with the 4 home runs, 21 RBIs, a good .286 average. He had a good series against the Orioles in Chicago. He was 5 for 11, a homer, and a couple of RBIs in the White Sox 2 wins. 1-0 delivery, and he'll stay off the pitch, and it'll be taken up high 2-0.
Yeah, that's the big difference. He's in one of these 11 for 61 slumps all the way from 313, but new stance this year. And kind of the Alex Rios, who's now playing Texas. Look at the bend at the knees and much more discipline.
2-0, taking a breaking ball. It's in there for a strike. Beckham to be followed by Ramirez. Chicago, of course, has had a disastrous year. They are 56 and 82. They are already mathematically eliminated from the postseason. Only they and Houston in the American League have that distinction at this point. And a swing and a miss and a pitch away. White Sox come in 8th in average. They are, however, as far as runs per game, dead last, 3.8. Their pitching is 8th. They have a better ERA than the Orioles staff. Much better starting pitching. Their starting pitching ranked 6th. The Orioles 13th. And a swing and a miss, 2 Ks.
Boy, he worked the count nicely. Got it to 2-0. And then just took a slider down the middle. Then chased this fastball after taking one about belt high and swinging when it was almost in the glove. And this is pretty much right by him.
So Beckham the second out, and that will bring up Ramirez. Alexei Ramirez with 2 down and nobody on. The quick swing, tied for 4th in doubles with 36 in the league. He runs 29 stolen bases, 8th, and he is 9th in the league in hits.
Yeah, he'd be a guy when you had Alex Rios, who was traded over to the Rangers, that we've seen him either hit maybe what 6th, 7th, number 2, because he uses the whole field, but because of some of their trades, he's either hit 4th up in New York.
And he'll punch that one foul the other way.
Take a look at the Orioles defense. All kinds of gold in that outfield. McLeod with 1, Jones with 2, and well, Morse hasn't won one, but he's out there with Markakis getting a night off. Machado, Hardy, Robertson, Davis, and then Matt Wieters, 2-time Gold Glover. So Nick, who not swinging the bat like he would want, very rarely gets a night off, but this is one of them.
Nick's been in 136 of the 138 games the Orioles have played. That one is going to be fouled away, and a 2-strike count. And really, for the first time today before the ball game, the skipper talked about Nick Markakis and said he's just not doing the things that he knows he can do, and we need to have him rest. He asked him not to come to the ballpark until just before the game started. He didn't want him taking BP, and he didn't want him hitting in the cage, and didn't want him watching video. 0-2 delivery, a ground ball to short. Hardy is there. He'll make the play on the speedster, gets him out of there, and a good start for Gonzalez as it goes 1, 2, 3. We'll take a look at the lineup for the O's when we come back. Camden Yards on the season. Let's take a look at the starting lineup. For the Orioles, Roberts, Machado, and Jones, Davis, Wieters, and Morse gets the start in right. Hardy, Valencia is the DH, and Nate McLaughlin left. Danny Valencia on the hot streak. 6 straight multi-hit games.
Take a look at Jose Quintana. Well, no decisions. Again, not indecision. 16 of them. That leads the all of Major League Baseball power stuff. He can throw and did against the Orioles when he struck out 11. And then 3-1 with a 1.06 ERA against the AL East. Nice little numbers. Good arm.
Pitch will be taken by Roberts. See, the innings worked in the 28 starts. Quintana, the team's had 15 losses and 13 wins in his starts. Brian back in that leadoff spot for the Orioles, and here they go against yet another left-hander, as the Orioles continue to face lots of them, 20 and 23 against left-handed starters. And there's been a struggle all season long trying to get the offensive numbers up against the lefties, and they'll have a chance against the White Sox, who are going to throw the lefties they have against the Orioles. A 2-ball, 1 strikeout. Quintana. Roberts will chop that one foul.
Yeah, I was looking just at the league average. So runner in scoring position is 258, but against lefties it's 256. So that's the league average. The slugging numbers, right-hander against right-handed pitching is 409, lefties 397. Not much of a difference, except sometimes your team doesn't match up against lefties as well as others.
2-2 delivery, fouled off the other way. Stay alert. The Orioles, their team average against left-handers is 250. It's 269 against the right-handers. And it's really just been that there have been enough of the Orioles starters who have dropped down against left-handers compared to last year, like Matt Wieters, like Adam Jones, that it's been just enough to make the difference. 2-2 delivery on the way, and something off speed right there as he came in over the top. Adam had better numbers last year. He hit 292 against the left-handers, and that has dropped down this season. And when you get core players like that who fall off just a bit, it just makes the difference.
And then the other part of it, I would imagine, would be when you're 20 and 23 is who's pitching that night against those left-handers. Is the ERA a little bit higher? So you have to score more runs to win that particular night.
2-2 delivery on the way. Roberts will take it to right field. Garcia was very shallow and well played. Gets the out.
Yeah, everybody I've talked to said this is not a particularly good defense. I see he had Viciedo in left, Diaza, Garcia in right, Gillespie, Ramirez, Beckham, Konerko. He's had back problems. He actually went in the DL right after the Orioles left in July, and then Anderson in coming up to the big leagues. Right out of their AAA Charlotte ball club behind the plate.
So 1 away, and here's Manny Machado. Manny comes in with that fine 296 batting average, and will take the pitch down low for a ball. Machado with a 1 for 5 against Quintana. Quintana's got an 0-1 record against the Orioles. He's pitched against them once this year, non-decision, in a real good outing. It was back on July 4. Against the Orioles. He ended up giving up no runs and only a couple of hits in 7 innings.
Yeah, struck out 11, and big inside corner that night, and he took advantage of it. Here's his pitching coach, Don Cooper, a long-time pitching coach for the White Sox.
Here's the 2-0 delivery on the way, and Manny will foul that one off the other way. For Manny Machado, he comes in hot. The 8-game hit streak, 324 average, couple of home runs, and 7 RBIs during the streak, which he continued on that road trip where the Orioles had a chance in 3 series and could not win any of the 3 on the road. 2-ball, 1 strikeout. Left-hander's delivery to him over the top, off the glove, slowed it down. Ramirez up, running throw, and got him. And if that's not off the glove of Quintana, that's a base hit.
Yeah, pretty slow infield. Great hitter's park in the sense that the confines are not that big. They're not as big as some of the other ballparks. But Ramirez playing straight away. You're right. I think this ball's going up the middle, but there you just nick it a little bit. He's got to change directions. And then, of course, a very mobile shortstop. Snap throw over to Paul Konerko. And Manny out by about a step and a half.
So a 2-away, nobody on. That will bring up Adam Jones. Adam with a 1 for 4, a home run off Quintana. 2 down, base is empty. And Adam will foul that one back off Anderson, the catcher. We'll get up and take a little trip out to the mound, try and walk it off a little bit. Brian Anderson just called up to the ball club from Charlotte on Sunday. Not a particularly big average at .224 in the minors, 64 games with Charlotte, threw out 21%, and he's only had one other game. He's not had an at-bat yet. 0-1 count on Jones. And the pitch is taken outside. 1 ball, 1 strike count.
Yeah, I think Robin Ventura, Josh Fegley, Tyler Flowers going to have shoulder surgery, but Fegley's been doing most of the catching. They've lost 6 in a row after winning 10 out of 12. So seeing some of your youngsters.
Ball hit in the air to left field. Pretty good ride. That is way back. And goodbye. Home run. Adam Jones delivers the homer. And the Orioles take the 1-0 lead. That's number 30.
32 home runs last year. So for Jose Quintana, welcome to the yard. That is 1 more run than he gave up in Chicago. And it's all a matter of Adam, who homered last night, the deep left center field on a slider to get something off speed. He hits this changeup. You can see him pulling down. Once you get out in front and hit it on the end of the bat with tremendous strength.
And that will bring up Chris Davis. Adam tied for 4th in homers in the league.
Yeah, it helps to have bat speed. You'd like to hit it maybe just up the bat a little bit, but it didn't matter here. Off the bat, it's gone.
And the 0-1 delivery to Chris Davis and a ground ball off the fist. That'll be played by Beckham. Quick throw over to first base for the out. The Orioles a run on a hit. No errors, nobody left for Adam Jones. Not only does he get his 30th home run, but has now reached the 100 RBI mark, just the 4th in the American League to do it. O's up. And just a reminder, as you enjoy a cold one, to look forward to Miller time later in tonight's game, brought to you by Miller Lite. With that home run now for the Orioles, the last 12 runs have scored on homers for the O's. All 7 over the last 2 games coming into this one had been on home runs. So the Orioles living and dying with that long ball. And for Miguel Gonzalez, he gets a run to work with as we go to the 2nd inning.
Well, the old days, they'd go, there's your run, go get them. A little different ballpark that I pitched in. You're always one swing away from a home run.
Quintana's given up 13 home runs to righties, 5 to lefties now. And the shift is put on as the long run's made by Manny Machado. He goes out into short right field, the third baseman, leaving Hardy on the other side of the infield against Dunn. Adam Dunn coming up as Machado goes to shallow right. Remember, you've got Michael Morse out there in right field for the Orioles tonight, and Dunn will take the pitch for a strike.
Yeah, that typical, and we see it so often, and do a little bit on Chris Davis. You play your infield to pull and put the shift on, but your outfielders play a couple of steps to the opposite field. Not a lot.
0-1 delivery on the way, and Dunn will take the pitch down low. Dunn noted, of course, for home runs and strikeouts. That's been about his career. But since the beginning of June, he's actually hit for a pretty good average. 283 since June 8th. In 75 games, he's jumped his slugging percentage from 377 up to 509 over that span. 1 ball, 1 strike delivery, and a ground ball into the shift. Here's where it's going to work or not. Manny with a strong arm will get to you. Let's take a look at our Hollywood Casino League leaders. Slots, tables, and dining. The ultimate triple play at Hollywood Casino at Charlestown Races. You see the fielding of the Baltimore Orioles still on top. Tampa Bay still there with the Yankees, Twins, and Tigers. Both the Orioles and the Rays still on pace to have the best defense in the history of baseball.
Yet the Rays with 52 errors, so 12 more than the Orioles, but only 2 percentage points. Yeah, it's just an amazing, at least to this point, the way the Orioles have played defense.
And the pitch will be grounded towards second base. Roberts right in front of it. Konerko is retired on 1 pitch. 2 down. You can win a hitting lesson with Adam Jones. Join Masson's Touch 'em All rewards for your chance to win the grand prize. Just go to massonsports.com to sign up. You're talking about defense with the numbers being crunched here in the final month. Right now, the errors per game around all of Major League Baseball is the lowest ever. This is the best defensive year in Major League Baseball ever.
And is that a percentage number?
That's a percentage number of errors committed per game, 0.57.
You think the fact that, and you've pointed it out many times, that there's more strikeouts has brought that number down a little bit?
Would have to do.
Yeah,
some.
You would think so. Yeah,
you got fewer balls in play.
Uh-huh.
That's got to be part of it, and you got to believe, Jim, the shifts have something to do with that. It requires less movement of infielders to go after balls, less chance of making an error when guys are hitting into the shift. I don't know, but Garcia will foul that one away. Garcia has faced Gonzalez. He is 2 for 3 against him with a home run. Avisail Garcia, he's had 5 multi-hit efforts, 5 games with an RBI over his last 9 games.
No, they got him for the Tigers, and it was the PV to the Red Sox, and Iglesias going over to play shortstop with the Peralta, for at least anticipating that suspension. But the White Sox need to get younger. They need to get better. And this kid, from what I saw in Detroit, which reminds me a little bit of Miguel Cabrera. I mean, size-wise, looks that way. He's certainly not that hitter of that caliber, but he's got some skills.
Garcia will take it down to third. Manny Machado will get the hop. And 6 in a row retired by Gonzalez. Orioles on top early in this one by a score of 1-0, and happy to be back home. pitch in honor of his dad, fallen officer Jason Snyder of the Baltimore County Police. Came out with Chris Davis behind the plate. Got a great standing ovation from the fans and a hug from Chris. And the moment of silence before the game for his dad of the Baltimore County Police, who was killed in the line of duty.
Yeah, I was actually coming out of the Home Depot up in Hunt Valley, and apparently one of Jason's friends said, say something nice. I don't think we have to do that because we already know. It's kind of like the military that you always respect. So,
yep.
Very, very unfortunate.
And noteworthy that Chris Davis came out. I was really so pleased to see that, because as Wieters stands in most cases, throwing out the first pitch goes to the newest entry on the ball club. Sometimes the youngest player, the last guy to be added to the roster, whatever, comes out and takes the first pitch as a matter of rote. Chris Davis came out to take that first pitch in this case, and you could tell by the way he reacted to Brandon throwing that pitch and taking the ball back out to him. It was something that was touching Chris, and that's to be expected from him, actually. Here's the 1-1 delivery on the way. Ball put up in the air to right center field. It's in the gap. It will not be run down. All the way to that 373 mark. On his way to second base goes Wieters, and the Orioles have a leadoff double off Quintana.
Well, Matt Wieters from this side, he came in hitting 270. And if you switch him around against right-handed pitching, 213. This is his best side. Started to switch it when he was 5. Dad taught him. And he said his dad couldn't switch hits, so you might as well have. And boy, he can stay on the ball hitting right-handed and use the whole field with the best of them.
So the Orioles are going to get an RBI chance here. Here's Michael Morris, who gets the start in right field in the ball game for the Orioles. Morris with the Orioles in his third game, looking for his first RBI. He's had 3 hits, 7 at bats with a run scored, and getting the start in right field. And I asked him about playing right field. I said, "You concerned about that?" He said, "No." So when I came here with Seattle and played, I played right field. So I actually took time when I was with Seattle to do the best I could at learning what goes on out there and how to play right. He said, "I've done that again here today." So he felt, I think, pretty comfortable about being out there with the start. 0-1 delivery and a breaking ball that'll miss.
Well, I still remember when the Orioles traded for Chris Sabo, and then they wanted a right-handed bat in the lineup, and they put him out in right field. First time he ever played the outfield. I said, "Chris, how are you going to play right field?" He said, "Easy. Just turn around and play it off the wall." We know Nick Markakis doesn't do that, but Michael Morris came up as a shortstop.
Yep.
So, I mean, hitting's his forte.
And Morris on a breaking ball. Good turnover pitch right there.
Well, that's what we saw in Chicago. He's got a curveball, he's got a slider. You know, using his changeup about maybe 6% more than he did last year when he went 6-6. This year is about lack of, we talk about Quintana, lack of run support, but the stuff is there. I mean, he can get you out a lot different ways. And then in Chicago, he would come in. Tyler Flowers was doing the catching.
1-2 outside again.
And you know, Michael Morris would love to shoot a ball into right field like he did in Cleveland 2 nights ago. Jimenez got a base hit, and of course Ubaldo would make some adjustments later on, so he can hit the ball the other way and can do it with authority.
Morris to be followed by Hardy. Wieters short lead at second. Quintana 2-ball 2-strike count. And Michael Morris will take the pitch, and that's going to catch the inside corner, and that's the first K for Quintana.
Well, that's how he got to 11. And he went up the ladder. Velocity got better. You know, his average fastball is about 91.6 on the year, and this is the perfect pitch inside. And you can do it when you get the 2 strikes, and you can do it when you've established a way, all in 1 at bats. And that's what he was able to do here.
Bob Davidson's got the plate tonight, and Bob noted for having a strike zone that probably will favor pitchers more than hitters. J.J. Hardy now with 1 down. 4-game hit streak for Hardy as he stands in, and a chopper that's going to go foul. Hardy with a 1 for 5 off Quintana, and 24 home runs and 70 RBIs on the year. Quintana's only loss against the Orioles came here at Camden Yards August 30th, 2012. He gave up 5 runs, 7 hits, including 2 home runs in just 3 2/3 innings in that ball game that the Orioles won 5-3. Wieters off second. The 0-1 delivery to Hardy, and that will be further outside, and a 1-ball 1-strike count. JJ last year hit .277 off the left-handers, and he had 5 home runs off lefties. This year down to .243 with 7 home runs. 1-1 delivery to him. Quintana down to third. That's a fair ball. Hold the runner. Throw made, and Gillespie records the out. So Wieters still there now with 2 down. Our Maryland Lottery hit it big contestant of the game is Gerald Kowalski from Nottingham. Gerald, you've already won $500 for being selected. You get $100 more for every Orioles hit during the game. Extra $5 for any Orioles home run in the 5th inning. For your chance to be the Maryland Lottery hit a big contestant of the game, play 5-card cash. Go to mdlottery.com/Orioles to enter. Gerard, good luck. 2 away. The Orioles on the road trip went just 6 for 36 with runners in scoring position. And so far in this game, this inning, they're 0 for 2.
Yeah, 1 for 8 last night. Certainly in a game they lost 6-4, trailed 4-1 to the Machado 3-run home run.
And a strike taken by Valencia, the DH.
Well, at least you have one of your hottest hitters. Had a really good road trip, 14 for his last 22. Those are the numbers. That's one of the reasons that Dan Duquette, Orioles Executive Vice President of Baseball Operations, went out and got Danny Valencia.
Danny hitting .211 with runners in scoring position. 0-1 delivery to the DH, and you see Quintana continuing to work away, and then coming back in on these right-handers.
Yeah, he can pitch to both sides of the plate for a youngster, and again, he's only 24. I'm still trying to figure out how the White Sox got a guy that was 22 that had just gone 10-2 in A-ball as a minor league free agent. I mean, that is one of the great stories of this season as far as I'm concerned.
1-1 delivery on the way. Valencia will take it away. 2-1. And Quintana a little slow to take the ball back. Not real happy about not getting that call.
Well, he's just happy he was able to strike out Morris, and he couldn't get Wieters the third. And you didn't need to get a base hit with runners in scoring position.
Quintana's had trouble, as has Gonzalez, with runners in scoring position. .271 average against him on the year. Pretty high. 2-ball 1-strike delivery, and stays outside. And the count goes to 3-1 on Valencia, with Nate McLouth hitting in the 9 spot, waiting on deck.
Yeah, it's almost like, Gary, that Anderson coming up and catching his first big league game, and then Quintana know how hot Valencia has been. Because this is kind of like a pitch around.
Looks like it, doesn't it?
And with McLouth, who had a very good series in Cleveland, the left-hand hitter on deck, maybe they're going to pitch to him.
3-ball 1-strike count. Look back to Wieters, and that ball breaks the bat and goes to short. Ramirez will back up underneath it and put it away. So the Orioles, 3 chances after a leadoff double by Wieters, cannot bring him home. It remains the Orioles 1 and the White Sox 0. spring training, also a destination for culinary adventure. From the fresh local seafood to an array of Zagat-rated restaurants. You can learn more. Go to SavorsSarasota.com. School back in. Kids out on the beaches after school. Not a bad lifestyle. And for Gonzalez, a 1-0 lead. He'll pitch to the bottom third of the order. Gillespie, Bisaito, and Anderson. So Miguel looking to pick up the win here in his first outing against the White Sox. 5-2 at home this year. 16 career starts in this ballpark. 8-4 in those 16 starts with a 4.18 ERA. This is his 24th start. 11 of them have come at home. Connor Gillespie, the third baseman. Another left-hander will take the pitch for a strike. See the numbers for Gillespie, just 32 RBIs, does have 11 home runs on the season. Infield a couple of steps over, playing into pull. He'll push it the other way. Hardy out, Hardy, look out. Oh, drops in. Hardy trying to avoid McLouth, and they both avoided the ball. And Gillespie is on with a base hit on a perfectly placed dying quail.
Yeah, you make a good pitch, and McLeod can go get him. And right there, I think he's afraid of the collision. If you're J.J. Hardy, you want to make the play. You can see just over his glove, and it certainly impeded Nate McLeod because he did not want to spike him, run into him, and hurt either one of them. So there's your leadoff base hit in a 1-0 game.
First hit picked up by the White Sox in the ball game. Bisaito will stand in, the left fielder. And the pitch, a fastball that will miss inside. Bisaito in the series in Chicago had a 2-4-12 against the Orioles. Only a 182 average here at Camden Yards for the games he's played here.
Yeah, he is their hottest hitter, though. I mean, he's been red hot over the last 10 games.
Hitting .378 over the last 10. 1-0 pitch to him will be fouled off the other way. White Sox team at 56-82 coming in. They are 24-48 on the road. They have doubled up losses to wins in road games this season. And if you look at their numbers, their offensive numbers aren't a whole lot different. And their pitching, it's only about a half an ERA more. That's going to be punched into center field for a base hit. He stays hot. Jones will hold the runner at second, and the White Sox here in the third have the first two base runners on. As the American Heart Association's 30th anniversary Heart Ball Chair, the Orioles, in conjunction with Sinai Hospital and Care First, encourage fans to visit Orioles.com/AHA and receive 50% off tickets to any game during the Orioles White Sox series through Sunday. Simply donate $10 to the American Heart Association for each ticket purchase. All you got to do is go to Orioles.com/AHA and get this exclusive 50% ticket saving. Here is Anderson, the catcher, will take the pitch down low. As we said, there are the numbers at AAA. Anderson just called up on Sunday, and this is only the second game he has appeared in, and still looking to get his first at bat this season under his belt. And he's got two on. 1-0 count. Brian Anderson. And the pitch is taken, and that will miss. 2-0.
Yeah, they got him as a minor league free agent. He's always hit for a high average in the minor league. Most home runs, and that was only in 270 at bats, was 12. You have to go all the way back to AA Memphis when he was playing for the Cards.
26-year-old. 2-0 count. And he lashes it. Missed going over the bag, but no hesitation by John Hirschbeck, the umpire on the call.
Yeah, that little splitter fastball about 91 to 93, the splitter about 83, and it great angle right here, and you can see just hooking to the foul side of the bag.
Chalk may have actually kicked that a little bit into foul territory. Anderson has major league experience. He's played 26 major league games. The other one's coming with the Cardinals. 2 ball, 1 strike count. And Anderson will take it, and it's going to be away. So Gonzalez falls behind on him. 3 balls and 1 strike with a leadoff batter, Diaz, waiting on deck.
It really doesn't matter whether it's the minor leagues or the big leagues. If you can work the count, he's taken 2 pitches that sometimes young hitters will chase. There's a split grip, but he didn't chase him. It's his count at 3-1.
And the 3-1 pitch, Anderson will foul it back. So he got when he wanted to line up. We told you both these pitchers have problems with runners in scoring position this year. Gonzalez has a whopping .333 batting average by opponents with runners in scoring position, and Quintana with that .271 average. So both are up there. Part of that probably working out of the stretch. They're not as comfortable doing as when they're in that windup with nobody on. 3 ball, 2 strike count. Anderson waiting. Runners off first and second. He'll take it, and they're loaded.
Yeah, that easily, if the ball is anywhere by the glove, could have been called a strike. And Buck looking in there. It's just the way. If Wieters slides away and you hit the inside corner, you would think the umpire would still call it. But a lot of times, and you could see Davidson's kind of gesturing over the dugout, but it appeared to be a strike to me. Just not where the glove was, and he doesn't get the call to load him up.
Bases loaded, nobody out. Here's the top of the order. Diaz, a strikeout victim, his first time up. So the first big moment in the ball game for Gonzalez. Diaz with the bases loaded this season has a 3 for 8 number with 1 double. And Gonzalez falls behind as the pitch is taken outside for a ball. Well, the White Sox get a chance, trailing 1-0 here in the third, to respond. 2 singles, Gillespie and Visaedo, and then the walk to Anderson have loaded them up. Diaz waiting on it. Ground ball towards the middle. Hardy will go to the bag. There's 1. There's 2. A run will score as Gillespie crosses the plate. There'll be no RBI on it, and more importantly for the Orioles, there are 2 down now with a runner at third.
Yeah, you could not have made a better pitch, better result right here. 6, take it yourself, over to 3, 2 outs. They do get the run to tie it.
And a runner over at third base, Visaedo now with 2 down. And here's Beckham, who struck out his first time up. For Beckham this season, .238 with runners in scoring position. White Sox overall are 7th in the middle of the pack in the American League in these situations. They have had an astounding 21-30 record in 1-run games. More 1-run games than anyone else in the majors, and the 5th lowest win percentage. Runner off third, Beckham waiting on it, and the pitch taken for a strike. So Gonzalez with a chance to get out of this inning, giving up only 1 after the bases were loaded with nobody out. That would be a major accomplishment. Visaedo with the lead at third. Gonzalez wanted the signs again. 1 ball, 1 strike count with 2 down. And we'll miss outside with it. 2-1. Scott Feldman, John Danks tomorrow. Wei-Yin Chen, Hector Santiago Saturday. Bud Norris, Andre Rienzo on Sunday. And that will be foul back. They're waiting for his turn with a 4-4 record. Scott Feldman
coming off one of his best performances. Just got out pitched by Ivan Nova up in Yankee Stadium. Lost 2-0. 7 innings. Quality start.
2-2. And reaching down the line and probably out of play. Davis will come over to take a look, but that's going to end up in the seats.
And when I say quality, it's not one of those 3 runs in six innings. It's quality. 7 innings, 2 runs in Yankee Stadium. the Orioles.
But they lost.
Yeah, well, they got shut out. Yeah.
Orioles have got to find a way to put some wins together, and that has been a very difficult thing this season for the Orioles. They haven't had long losing streaks, but neither have they had those substantial win streaks. 2-2 delivery on the way, and a ground ball up the middle. Hardy over. He's got it. He'll make the throw and get the out. Beckham retired, and Gonzalez works his way out of it. Only a run on a couple of hits with a base runner left on. 1-1. With the White Sox in 4-4, and Brandon threw up the first pitch. Chris brought it back in for a strike. Adam Jones connecting on the home run in his first at bat to give the Orioles the 1-0 ball game. And even though it is tied, Gonzalez worked his way out of an inning. Could have been a lot worse with the bases loaded, nobody out.
Yeah, anytime you get the bases loaded, a guy hitting 299 with runners in scoring position, and you get him to bounce into a double play, you've done your job.
Nate McLouth will lead it off against the 24-year-old left-hander. McLouth with a 4-game hit streak coming in. Nate batting ninth in the ball game tonight. He will take it for a strike. McLouth hitting .210 off the lefties. 4 of his 11 home runs have been against left-handers. .285 off the righties. 0-1 delivery to him, and that's going to go into the seats, and it'll be 0-2. McLouth, Roberts, and Manny Machado due up. White Sox have lost 6 in a row. The Orioles have lost 2. Quintana trying to end the losing streak, and the Orioles hope to extend it as far as Chicago is concerned. On a road trip, 10-game road trip. 0-3 in Boston, 0-3 in New York, and now 4 here. Here's the 0-2 delivery on the way, and that'll be a swing and a miss, and strikeout number 2.
Yeah, just up the ladder, and doing some more right-handed hitters in Chicago on the way to the 11 strikeouts back in early July, but he just runs it right up the ladder. A couple of low fastballs, and then see if he can get on top of the high heater, and he couldn't.
So that'll bring up Roberts at the top of the order, who flied out his first time up. And Bryant will take the pitch for a strike.
Yeah, the more you see Jose Quintana pitch, the more you think of Johan Santana. He's a terrific lefty. A couple of Cy Young awards. And he's got one of those electric arms. Maybe doesn't throw quite as hard as Santana did, but similar windups. Get over the front side, be able to pitch inside, and then be able to change speeds with a couple of different ways, but especially the changeup.
1 ball, 1 strike delivery on the way. Bryan to second, and it's caught by Beckham. Roberts denied a base hit on a fine defensive play. 2 down.
Well, those are the kind of at-bats you're going to have against Quintana. You're going to have to go the other way. Look at Brian cover the outside corner. I mean, this is a quality at-bat. A little bit unlucky, obviously. But then again, Beckham's out there. They give him a glove, and he makes a nice play.
So Beckham records the out on a ball club that has not done a lot of that when Quintana's been pitching. The Chicago defense, they've got 20 errors in the games when Quintana's been pitching in them. Machado will go to center field. It'll be Diaz there in a very quick inning. As the Orioles are retired in order, 6 in a row sent down by Quintana. Ball game here at Camden Yards tied up 1 apiece. As you see, their longest win streak 5 games in July. It's tied for the shortest longest win streak in the American League, and their longest losing streak 6 games. That's tied for the 5th shortest longest losing streak in the American League. So they've done well in not having longer losing streaks, but right now what's really needed is that 4, 5, 6 game win streak. It would be such an enormous help for the Orioles.
Yeah, well, not only would it, obviously, I mean, a classic case of the obvious is what Buck Showalter talks about. It's going to help your record, but it's also going to help your self-confidence. And then you get on a roll. I played on a team, won 26 out of 31, pitched 5 straight shutouts. Maybe that's a little bit, and those were complete game shutouts, so obviously that's not going to happen. But you can get on one of those rolls, and when you're pitching well, it's easier to score runs because you don't need to score as many.
And we go to the 4th inning. Here's Ramirez, who grounded out his first time up. The scary part of this series against the White Sox, well, the record is what it is, and it's a terrible year for them. Their starting pitching is scary. It's good enough to beat you on any given night. Offense hasn't done much to help out, and the defense has been terrible. But their starting pitching overall has done a pretty good job. Ramirez, Dunn, and Konerko.
Yeah, well, they're 6th. I mean, they're 6th in the league, but that's about 7/10 of better than what the Orioles starters are. Now the Orioles runs are maybe almost 7/10 better, so it's kind of a. But they're going to be close games because these guys can pitch. And then, well, you have 2 teams that really haven't done particularly well in one-run games, and Orioles, what, 15 and 25, as you mentioned. The White Sox 21 and 30. The most 51 one-run games for the Sox.
0-2 count on Ramirez. Gonzalez with the 0-2 delivery to him, and that'll be hit to second. Roberts. Ooh, yeah. Gotta hurry. He did. Ramirez can fly. The Orioles host the Yankees for another crucial 4-game series beginning on Monday right here at the Yard. Buckle back up and help paint the park orange for this key 4-game set. Get your tickets in advance and save. Call the O's at 888-848-BIRD or go to Orioles.com. Oh, another big matchup, and the rest of the way, of course, that's what it is with the Red Sox, Tampa Bay, Yankees.
Well, how about the Sox last night? 8 home runs. 7 different players. Ortiz, 2000 hit a couple. Like I said, 0 for 23 is a long. It's way in the rearview mirror.
Yep. They are waiting to spread their wings on that lead in the American League East, as the Red Sox playing some pretty good baseball and getting things together, pitching and hitting coming together at the most opportune time. 1-0 count. Dunn grounded out his first time up. He'll take the pitch for a strike. Boston's got a 5.5 game lead over Tampa, 8 games over New York, 9.5 over Boston. They lead the Yankees tonight 2-0. Third inning. 1-1 delivery on the way, and that will be fouled back over the screen, and a 1-ball 2-strike count.
Well, you talked about Adam Dunn, the average going up since early June, and then all you got to do is go to the direction of hits. They put Jeff Mano, his hitting instructor, said, well, it's hard to hit into the shift unless you're Ted Williams, but he's got 26 hits to left field, and some of those came in that series in early July, and
got him
not there. Yeah, you try to react to the way the hitter reacts to you. Obviously, one swing, he can hit it out of here, but he's a little late on the fastball, throw him another one. Boy, you could see the two-seam. You kind of hold the ball with the seams, you two-seamer. You could see how watch him really pull down on that. Watch that ball run. So it starts in the middle of the plate, but it doesn't end there. And runs away from the bat head.
Dunn comes in among the top 3 in strikeouts in the American League, as you would expect. 2 down, nobody on. Here's Paul Konerko, and Konerko will take the pitch for a ball. Konerko with a 46 RBIs, hitting at .244, getting the start at first base in the ball game. 1-0 delivery to him. Pitch will be taken down low. Konerko has indicated he wants to come back next season with the White Sox. He does have another year left on his contract. Some question as to whether or not he would want to go through with it, follow it through. Robert Ventura, though, has said that Konerko's indicating that he probably does, although he said, I'm not going to make any final decision till the season is over. 2-0 count, and the pitch is away, and the count goes to 3-0. Konerko, their veteran on this ball club, he's hitting .255 over the last 27. 432 career homers, 44th all time in home runs, and he'll take the pitch on the outside corner, 3-1.
Yeah, I ran into him coming in. The cage is over by the Orioles locker room, but they kind of walled it off, so they have to walk through the tunnels to get there. And he was on the DL for about a month with the back problems. Watched him hit a couple of times early this week. Bat still seems pretty quick. As a matter of fact, he would get some pitches to hit and actually pull them foul. So maybe trying to jump on some pitches, and this is one of those counts, which is what he's going to do. And
3-1 delivery to him, and he takes it to right field. Morris, and he's there to put it away. 1-2-3 inning for Gonzalez. So through the early part of this ball game, all about the pitching. 1-1. event. Visit VWDealer.com. 1954 Class C Longhorn League. Joe Bauman of Roswell, the Roswell Rockets. 72 home runs for the season, hit 3 on this date. It was a record, a professional baseball record that would stand from 1954 until 2001, when it was broken by Barry Bonds, who ended up with 73. And in 1971, the beginning of a career that never got there. J.R. Richard, a complete game in his first start. 21-year-old struck out a Major League rookie high 15 in his first Major League appearance for the Astros. But would be overtaken by events.
Oh, yeah. Well, that and, injuries and all kinds of stuff. Boy, could he fling the baseball.
Oh. One of the hardest throwers in the history of the game.
Mm-hmm. And big. Really big.
Here is Adam Jones, the home run number 30 in his first at bat. Jones now has 2 hits off Quintana in 5 at bats, and they're both home runs.
Let's see if he gets another changeup. I don't think so. No, fastball inside. Didn't quite get it in, but that's where Anderson put the glove. And
90-mile-an-hour heater. See versus the White Sox. That 308 season number. 0-2 down. And a start and a stop. And decides he wants to talk to his young catcher, at least as far as games he's caught. Quintana, 26-year-old catcher, heads up. Catcher's actually older than the pitcher, but Quintana's been here pitching, and Anderson has been in the minors catching. Now listen.
Yeah, what do we want to do? I mean, at least you sound like you're 2-0. You do have 2 strikes, no balls. So how are we going to try to get him out? Didn't work the first time when he got a changeup up, and it wasn't a horrible pitch. Just stayed up a little bit, and Adam flicked it into the seats.
And the 0-2 delivery on the way. Wanted outside and a little bit away, and a 1-ball, 2-strike count. Adam Jones and Mike Trout hold the distinction right now, being the only guys this year who've had 20 or more home runs and 20 or more infield hits. Adam leads the Orioles in infield hits, 21 of those, and Adam's up to 30 home runs.
Yeah, it seems like it's sinkers and sliders. Righties throw that slider down the way and they'll top them, and then the sinkers, you just kind of hit the top of the ball. Really good speed. You play him deep because of how hard he can hit the ball.
Here's a 2-2 delivery on the way, and that'll be fouled off.
I think Adam was saying, hey, you try taking a 95-mile-per-hour fastball from McAllister on your left forearm, and that's what happened yesterday. Kind of wondering, because when he gets in trouble, he overswings a little bit, that maybe because he doesn't feel 100%, that he may get on one of those hot streaks. Mm-hmm. And when he starts hitting it all over the ballpark, he can hit 400 over 10, 15 games with the best of them.
2-2 delivery on the way to him. Breaking ball. It's going to be in the dirt. So Jones takes it full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Adam now with the 100 RBIs. He and Chris Davis both have reached that century mark in runs batted in. And the first time since Aubrey Huff and Melvin Moore did it in 2008 that the Orioles have a pair driving in 100 runs each in the same season. 3 ball, 2 strike count. Quintana's delivery to him. Jones will take it, and he's on. So a leadoff walk for the Orioles here in the bottom of the 4th inning. The Orioles remind fans that game time for Saturday's showdown against the White Sox has been moved to 1:05. So enjoy your Saturday afternoon at Oriole Park and back the Birds. Get your tickets in advance and save 888-848-BIRD or go to Orioles.com. First walk surrendered by Quintana. Second time 4 innings. The Orioles have had the leadoff man on base, something Quintana's done a pretty good job of preventing, retiring 75% of leadoff batters. Here's Davis. Chris will foul that one back. Chris continuing the pursuit, of course. Amaris' 61 home runs in a season, the American League mark. There you see our crush log, start 8.95. Chris has fallen behind the rate Maris had. 47. Maris had 53 at this point, on pace right now for 55 home runs on the season for Chris Davis. Jones off first. Davis high in the air the other way. Over near the stands and out of play. Chris had his last home run on the 28th of August. Got that against John Lackey in Boston.
Yeah, bullet into really off the railing by the bullpen and then kicked up into the center field stands. The amazing thing, you start looking at numbers. I mean, 23 home runs of his 47 on off speeds, other 24 on fastballs, and then if you do the spray chart, any part of the ballpark, it's what makes him so dangerous.
0-2 delivery to him, and the fastball will be taken up high.
And
1 ball, 2 strike count.
And here they have to actually play a conventional defense against him. I mean, there's your shortstop, so Ramirez is going to cheat up the middle. Beckham, I mean, he's playing in like you're going to turn two. He's only hit in 3 double plays all year long. The ship might have something to do that, but I wouldn't be playing that shallow if I was Beckham.
1-2 delivery. He'll take it.
And the reason I say that is because maybe a little more difficult here, but if a ball gets to a second baseman's left and gets into right field, Jones with good speed is going to go all the way to third. So second baseman, they always want to cheat in, and you have to turn around and go, just make sure you get one, especially with nobody out.
Chris, obviously a pronounced fly ball hitter. 2 ball, 2 strike count. Jones back to first base. For Chris against lefties this year, .235. He has had 12 home runs against left-handers. He hit .265 against them last year. At 30 points higher last year, but had only 7 home runs against lefties. Already 12 against them this year. 2-2 count. Jones trying to get the attention of Quintana. Davis will follow it off the other way again. Stays at 2-2.
Yeah, a little slide step, but it didn't fool him. Try to control the running game just in case Adams going to run. I don't think that's going to be the case this early. You just slide that front foot. Sometimes it can surprise the hitter, but it didn't.
Konerko holding the bag. Base Steelers are 6 out of 10 against Quintana on the year. And Nikushka Anderson threw up 21% at AAA. And the pitch will ride up and in. So another full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes on Chris Davis.
Yeah,
Jones on, nobody out.
Gary, it seems to me that Jim Presley, Robin Ventura, the skipper for the White Sox, looking on, Buck Showalter, but Jim Presley, the Oriole hit instructor, they did a nice job of trying to lay off that high fastball. That got him to 11 strikeouts, 7 innings. I mean, they chased all night long in Chicago.
See if Jones is going to be running here. Jim said Davis rarely hits those ground balls that can be turned into double plays. He just doesn't do that with that big uppercut and all the fly balls. Straight away in the outfield. He'll put it the other way. 3 ball, 2 strike count. Runner not going. And a ball popped up at the plate. Anderson gets rid of the mask and chases it down.
Yeah, this pops-up seem easy, but all the ballparks different. Sometimes minor leagues not as high as some of the ballparks in the major leagues. Fenway, of course, one of the lower ones, so the wind affects it.
That will bring up Matt Wieters. Wieters had a double his first time up. Quintana's throwing a lot of first pitch strikes here. He's 11 out of 13 so far, so the Orioles looking at strikes early on. See the road home differential.
Well, you talked about it, the lack of run support. It's got the 13th lowest. So the record better. They must get him a few more runs on the road when he pitches.
So Matt had the leadoff double in the second and was stranded. Now a runner at first base for him. Jones has shortened up the lead And Wieters on a check swing. That is a strike. So he continues to throw. First pitch strikes, 12 out of 14 for him.
Well, this is exactly what you like from young pitchers. That they trust their stuff enough. And why wouldn't he? Because I haven't really seen too many breaking balls, but we've seen fastball, changeup. But looks like he can move it in and out and up and down pretty well.
Throw over. Both Davis and Jones got 0-2 counts and then worked into 3-2. Let's see if that happens again here. Again, further evidence of the Orioles laying off pitches even when they get down in the count and forcing Quintana to throw strikes. 0-1 on Wieters. Morse waiting on deck. 0-2.
Yeah, there's the hook. And it was a good one.
Quintana had a tough one. He took a loss in his last outing against New York. He only worked one inning. It was because of rain. And almost a 2-hour rain delay. Didn't come back. But he'd given up a run. The team ended up losing. He ended up taking the loss even though he worked only an inning.
Yeah, the fourth inning, Dylan Axelrod, I was watching the game. They made 3 errors. He gave up 7 hits, and 8 runs later, the Yankees were ahead 9-1. And Quintana, the pitcher of record because of that 1 inning, he gets the loss.
Tough way to lose.
Yeah, it really is.
Oof. 0-2 count again. And Wieters will pop it up right field. Garcia wandering around under it and puts it away, and there are 2 down.
Nicely described.
See what he's doing. The ball's going all over the place on it. The wind's not blowing here. There's very little. In fact, there's no breeze here in the ballpark right now. Sometimes, though, coming off the bat, it can have a spin.
Well, that, and of course, both ball clubs got in late last night. The Orioles in Cleveland, the Yankees, the White Sox in New York, night games.
Here is Michael Morse. Morse, a strikeout victim, called out. Quintana's walked 1, struck out 2. Gonzalez walked 1, struck out 3. And Morse for the big rip. I was talking with Michael about playing in Seattle. We always talk about the trips they have to make. Seattle spends more time in an airplane than any other team in the majors. Every 2.5 hours is their closest rival. He said now all of the players on Seattle, underneath the coat and tie and whatever they've got on, they all wear rubberized suits in order to keep from swelling because of all the time they spend in the air. He said it's not the most comfortable trip you'll ever want to take, but it does work in preventing.
So kind of like a body suppose?
Like a body, yeah, exactly.
Suppose with those stockings that
I don't want to go there.
Well, no. I mean,
don't make me go there.
Well,
we're going to have to get a shot of that billboard again. You know what I mean? Which brought you great fame and fortune. So
no, that was Underwood.
Oh, that was Underwood.
I'm talking about socks.
Oh, okay. 0-2 delivery on the way. I can't imagine going in a suit like that on a flight for 3 or 4 or 6 hours.
Well, I mean, a lot of the athletic companies are now making those kind of compression things that even players wear while they're playing, because it apparently creates blood flow. I mean, obviously with the pressurization of a cabin, unless you're on an 888 and the battery's not burning, you would be. That kind of takes care of that for you.
And a swing and a miss, and he got him again. So Quintana has a couple of strikeouts, 3 strikeouts. Morse is 2 of them. We'll return to this pressure-packed event momentarily. Gonzalez, going after his 100th strikeout of the season, would get it in this ball game, as he has picked up 3. 2 of those first 2 batters, Diaz and Beckham, starting the ball game off. So he's up to 102 strikeouts on the season, and a 1-1 ball game. Only a couple of hits. Gillespie and Visaedo back-to-back singles in the third off Gonzalez. Adam Jones a homer, a double by Wieters, the 2 for the Orioles.
Yeah, you get into these type of games, it's when they get on has a lot to do with it. So.
And the pitch is high and inside. Garcia grounded out his first time up. These are the innings where Miguel Gonzalez has seen a sea of change from the first 3. Get into the 4th and 5th innings. He's given up 13 4th inning runs and 16 5th inning runs.
Yeah, 5 of those came in his last start up in New York, and then earlier in the year it just seems like whether it was San Diego in the 7th, I mean batting average goes up all the way from like 258 to 325 once he gets past the 6th inning.
That'll go to third base. Manny Machado will wait on the hop and will record the out.
So let's go back and look at what that start did. So first 3 innings, not bad. Then he walks a 4-pitch walk to Cano, which is understandable. He was hitting 400 coming into that series, and then he just gets a slider up, and Soriano with a 1-0 lead hits a 2-run home run. The 5th inning, it was like wind shear. Something happened. It was unbelievable. Double, home run, first pitch home run to Ichiro. Romine actually hit a pretty good pitch. Gardner hit a bad pitch, and then he walked Jeter, and it was gone. And McFarland came in with the bases loaded to face Cano, and he hit a single in the right field, and all of a sudden it was a 7-run inning. You don't have a chance to win, and that's what he was so good at last year. Not only did he win, but he kept the Orioles in the game.
So trying to get through these tough innings right now. Retired the side in order in the 4th. Gets the leadoff man here. Gillespie on a topper. Will go to Roberts. He'll make the play and record the out. So 2 down. And Gonzalez, who's a predominant fly ball pitcher coming into the ball games, recording outs almost exclusively on the ground so far in this game.
Well, they have a very aggressive hitting ball club, and they do swing the bat. So if you make your pitches and you don't get into hitters counts and make them feel like they're better than they are, you got a chance to have some not only effective innings but also very quick ones as far as pitch count.
They've drawn the 2nd fewest walks in the American League, and a swing and a miss. Who has the fewest walks in the American League? Orioles.
Yeah, I was thinking.
Orioles have the fewest, and the White Sox the 2nd fewest. You see all those ground ball outs. Visaedo, 1 count, 2 down, nobody on. He had a single his first time up, and he will take the pitch. That's going to be on the outside corner for a strike to him.
Well, the one thing, and you ask Miguel Gonzalez, okay, what happens when you get into the 5th, 6th, 7th innings, and you're in shape. I mean, very fit young man. He's got 4 pitches. He goes, I don't know, I just lose it. And right there's a perfect example. He doesn't quite stay back, and I mean, it's such a fine thing. And then instead of being able to have his line straight, he flies open a little bit. Everything flattens out, and if you do that, especially close games, it doesn't take much.
1 ball, 2 strike count. Visaedo waiting, and he reaches and fouls that one back. So Gonzalez stay up on him 1 and 2. Billy Castro, pitching coach, charting, watching, trying to correct the things that have troubled Gonzalez in these portions of the ball game. He's throwing first pitch strikes about half the time. He'd like to get a little higher than that. Here's the 1-2 delivery. Visaedo on the off speed to short. Hardy diving, can't get it. Visaedo's 2 for 2. Jones will hold him to a single with 2 down here in the 5th inning. The White Sox 3rd hit of the ball game.
Yeah, the one thing that Miguel talks about is he said sometimes, and I think we saw it right there, it's a pitcher's count 1 and 2. He says, I get a little bit low, and he's not one of these guys that's I used to be 6'3", 6'4", tall and fall. But what he does is he actually drops a little bit low, and when he does that, he loses his arm. So trying to, as you mentioned, Bill Castro, Scotty McGregor, trying to work on staying just a little bit taller and throw the ball downhill.
Runner on at first, 2 down, and a check swing strike. Brian Anderson, the catcher, drew a walk his first time up. Anderson, in the 25 major league games he's played prior to this season, hit .273 in those games with the Cardinals. He's not had a major league home run, 3 doubles for extra base hits, and this is game number 2 for him this season at the major league level. Here's the 0-1 delivery to him. He'll watch it down low. 1 ball, 1 strike count to Anderson. White Sox with a big roster. They got a lot of players they're taking a look at. They're talking about next year, already mathematically eliminated from any postseason. You got 30 players on the active roster with 15 pitchers, 3 catchers, 8 infielders, 4 outfielders. And at the third base, Manny Machado, the quick glove. He'll look to second, decide he better go to first, and gets the out. Anderson retired, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on base, and a good ball game. 1-1. Check has already won $700 tonight. And for your chance to be the Maryland Lottery Hit It Big contestant of the game, play 5-card cash. Go to mdlottery.com/Orioles to enter. It'll be Hardy, Valencia, and McLouth due up here in the 5th inning against Quintana, who has walked 1 and struck out 3 in the ballgame. Quintana lowered opponents' batting average down to .248 this year. They hit .275 off him last season. So far in this game through 4, the 60 pitches thrown. Hardy grounded out his first time up, 1 for 6 off Quintana now. And JJ will take the pitch for a strike. Hardy continues to bang out the home runs and record numbers for shortstops. Here's the 0-1 delivery, and that will be down low. 1-1. Adam Jones, the homer for the Orioles, accounting for their 1 run.
Yeah, what the last 12 runs via the home run.
0-1 delivery, and that'll be taken inside. J.J. Hardy, since joining the Orioles 2011, 76 homers, and 71 of those have been hit to left field.
Well, he was talking about the home run he hit up in Yankee Stadium. Rick Dempsey said, "We hung your head." He said, "Yeah, I thought it was a sacrifice fly, 3-run home run in that 7-run inning, which allowed him to win 1 of the 3 games." I mean, it really kind of turned that game totally around. And he hit it well. We see, I mean, he's, as far as I'm concerned, in his third year he's been here, he's had much better success hitting the ball to right field. So he's worked on that, but the power numbers, no.
Pull it.
Yeah.
And that ball's fouled back. On the fastball.
Yeah, and I think what happens, Gary, is that if you pitch him away when you get the 2 strikes, he's much more apt, because what Jim Presley is talking about, when you get the 2 strikes, look away, react in. But when you get into those hitters counts where the pitcher's behind, that's when he really becomes a dangerous hitter. especially if he gets his pitch.
And the 2-2 delivery on the way to him, and Hardy gets that one. That one's going to left field. That may be another way back. Goodbye, home run. Love that left field wall. J.J. Hardy delivers another. And the Orioles go back on top 2-1.
Well, that's kind of what I'm talking about as far as reacting. Quintana has not thrown many curveballs. And when he's thrown them, threw one to Wieters, he kept it down, but not this one. Well, you hang breaking balls. The changeup went out to Jones. This is a curveball, just stays up enough, and that's the outside third of the plate. But it's not down. So the leverage factor, and to this guy, doesn't take much. There's your pull home run, and it's Camden Yards. What about 370? No doubt about it.
So J.J. Hardy gets number 25. The Orioles get a 2-1 lead. Danny Valencia stands in. Valencia popped out his first time up. O's getting their third hit of the ball game and foul back. So for J.J. Hardy, he's now the 4th active player and the 9th player since 1901 who's had 3 or more seasons of 25 or more homers as a shortstop. Rodriguez, Tejada, and Tulowitzki are the active. Cal Jr., Ernie Banks, Nomar Garcia Pera, Jose Valentin, Vern Stevens, the others. Play made at short by Ramirez, and Valencia is retired. One away here in the 5th inning. You can start your night of Orioles baseball off with the Mid-Atlantic Sports Report tomorrow, 5 to 6:30. Tom Davis, Dave Johnson, Mel Anton, and Phil Wood. They'll have the latest Oriole news, their nightly scouting report, batting practice look-ins, Buck Showalter's pregame press conference, and more. They take a look at how baseball's first-year managers have done as well in this final month of the season. That's at 5 tomorrow on Masson.
I was out there yesterday, out at Hunt Valley, the bunker.
Strike taken by McLeod. Strikeout victim his first time up. So the Orioles just continue to live and die by the home run. Just amazing. 187 homers they've hit, 173 that they have given up. J.J. Hardy, the power hitting shortstop for the Orioles, gives them that lead back. And McLeod, the 0-2 delivery to him, that'll be taken outside. And the Orioles, will they finally be able to breach that record here at home in homers and have the edge? Right now the Orioles have 96 of their home runs here at Camden Yards, but they have given up 99. And all season long that number has been higher for opposing hitters having homers here than the Orioles. 1-2 delivery on the inside corner to Nate.
Yeah, a little knee high, and I'm sure the scouting report said really had a really good series in Cleveland. Most of the balls are up. This one nicely framed by Anderson. Ryan Anderson doing the catching tonight, just kind of brought it. So Bob Davison, the home plate umpire, had any doubts whether it was high enough. He brought it right back into the zone.
So there are 2 down after the homer by Hardy. And here's Roberts. He has lined out, robbed of a hit by Beckham his last time up, and flied out. Ryan now 0 for his last 13. Back in that leadoff spot. Getting a chance against the left-hander. Ryan hitting .236 right-handed, .248 left. Closing in on 75 at-bats on the year. 1-0 pitch to him. That will be on the outside corner, 1-1. Steve Johnson recalled today for the Orioles. He's back in the bullpen. Zach Britton has been sent down to Aberdeen. He's going to pitch there in the playoffs. He'll pitch there probably Sunday. 1-1 delivery, and that's going to be down low. And Butch Showalter, with the expanded roster, why not just keep Zach Britton up here? And Butch Showalter just shook his head before the game today and said, no, his next pitch is not going to be thrown at this level.
Yeah, it was a little bit frustrating because the stuff was good and just no command for whatever the reason is. And I'm sure it's frustrating for him, but it was a huge, big game. I mean, you win 2 out of 3 or you don't. 4-run first inning and really put him behind the 8 ball. And they would battle back, and Gosman would come in, give up a couple of runs, they'd lose 6-4, but it was certainly a winnable game. And as a former starting pitching, that's the responsibility. When they give you the ball, they put it in your locker, right in the shoe. When you come in, you know who's starting that day. It's your turn to give them a chance to win. And I just don't think, and everybody said, oh, well, he really pitched well in the minor leagues. It's just different for some people.
Yep.
And it doesn't mean he's not going to figure it out, but I don't think he's going to get another opportunity this year. He just have some other options.
3 ball, 2 strike count with 2 down. Brett, one of those the Orioles had counted on to be part of a solid young rotation. 3-2 delivery, and that'll go down to third and foul. Talked to Zach before the game, before he left. He was here at the ballpark, and he just said, I didn't think I was going to get another major league start this year. And when they told me the night before, I got too amped up. He said, I was just out on the mound so excited and in such a state that I lost control.
Yeah, I mean, through 93 to 95, we never see him throw that hard, which means he probably was overthrown.
3-2 delivery, and that will be fouled back.
Which is really easy to do, but it's not like this is a kid that has never been to the big leagues. He won 11 games, led the team 3 years ago and wins.
Yep.
So at some point, if you're going to have a chance to wear an Oriole uniform, you really have to be able to figure it out, quiet things down, and again, it's not a lack of natural ability, the skills to be able to refine it at this level.
3-2 delivery to Roberts, and he takes it to left field. Get out of an offer with a home run. Goodbye. And the Orioles tack on another. Brian Roberts gives the Orioles a 3-1 lead.
Well, 4th home run of the year, and this will be number 2 against left-handed pitching. 3-2, friendly porch. Ricciardo trying to get up there, and nice grab. Able to hang on, and no chance to catch that one.
So the Orioles using the home run ball again, 2 in the inning, 3 in the game, and take a 3-1 lead. Manny Machado flied out, grounded out. Machado will tag it, but it's going to be foul. Take a look at our AT&T Mobility Trivia Fact. Manny Machado's 46 two-baggers, one shy now of Vada Pinson in 59, for the second most by a player who started the season age 20 or younger.
And I think Vada Pinson ended up with something like 2,800 hits.
He was a tremendous ball player.
He played on that team when Frank Robinson came up and hit 39 home runs his rookie year.
1-1 delivery to Machado's towards the middle. Beckham will backhand it. Get the throw over to first base in time to record the out. But the Orioles have a 2-run, 2-hit inning. First one, Hardy, number 25. Jones got it in the first inning. Hardy gets the leadoff homer here in the 5th, to be followed by Roberts with his 4th of the year, and the Orioles 3-1. the same inning.
Yeah,
Barry Thorne, Jim Palmer, we'll welcome you back here. Jim, how about on Gonzalez tonight? What do you think the difference? Why so many ground balls as opposed to fly balls we normally see?
Well, when you're struggling, and we went back to that 5-run inning where he gave up, 6 hits in the walk in New York in the 5th inning. Sure, in between, which is when you try to get prepared for your next start, you work on maybe a couple of more two-seamers. So we've seen two-seam fastballs. We've seen some pretty good sliders. We've also seen a good split. And to me, it's all about the bases loaded, nobody out. Diaz coming up, 299 hitter. You make a great pitch. You give up the run, but that's all you give up. Gets a double play ball, gets the next batter out, and all of a sudden you got yourself a 3-1 lead.
And that's what he has as he goes to work here in the 6th inning. And the pitch will be taken by the leadoff batter, Diaz, who is 0 for 2. He has struck out and hit into that big double play. And the White Sox had a chance. Bases loaded, nobody out in the 3rd inning, and they could only get 1 run in. Bunting for a base hit and missed it. He had Manny Machado in at 3rd, still wanted to lay it down. And Manny will back up a little bit here with a 1-ball, 1-strike count.
Well, those 2 home runs, and this is the only time that Quintana has given up 3 home runs. He did it back on the 6th of June. So it's about momentum. They get you a 3-1 lead. I mean, this is where you really have to focus, because Miguel's a bright kid and he's a talented kid, so he knows he has problems as you get probably maybe pitch 80 to 100. It takes a little more focus, and sometimes it's just a feel thing.
2-1 delivery on the way, and that one dropped off the table for it.
No.
And that'll even up the count. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Diaz. Gonzalez a walk and 3 strikeouts so far. The Orioles 10-13 in his 23 starts. He also has made 2 relief appearances. His career record now 17-11. And Diaz swings through it, strikeout to start the inning here in the 6th.
And then also, when you're a 4-pitch pitcher, I don't think he's thrown a curveball tonight. What is working and what isn't? Well, tonight it's the splitter. That got him out with a double play ball when Diaz came up the last time. And we'll look at the splitter. It acts as a changeup because it changed speeds. It acts up as a strikeout pitch, double play ball, because it goes down.
And that will bring Beckham up, who is 0 for 2. Beckham has bounced around in the lineup from the top of it to the 8 spot. And this spot is not one that has seemed to serve him well. When he hits second, he's hitting only 226, 324 when he bats 8th.
Yeah, we told you he was up at 11 now for 63. Has gotten him all the way from 318 to where he is. It's not a horrible year, but if you're going to be this low, you better not chase up around the belt. I always thought he was a high ball hitter. I always thought he was a very aggressive hitter, but he's hitting over 40 points higher this year, but the home run numbers are down. A little bit different, as we mentioned, a little different stance, maybe a little different approach.
Here's the 1-1 delivery to him, and he will foul that one off as Gonzalez got the pitch inside to him. And a 1-ball, 2-strike count. Yankees Red Sox in a big key matchup regarding the American League Eastern Division race and the wild card for that matter. The Yankees getting that sweep of the White Sox to help their cause. Here's the 1-2 delivery. Came with a fastball, will miss outside, and the count's 2 balls and 2 strikes. For the Orioles last season against the White Sox, they won the season series and have done so each of the past 4 years. Won it last year 6-2. Trail this year 2-1. The White Sox with the 2 wins in Chicago. Count full, 3 balls, 2 strikes.
Yeah, those are just 2 consecutive fastballs that he doesn't throw to the corner. He pulls off the corner, and that's why they were about a foot outside. Never an illusion it was going to be a strike.
3-2 delivery, foul back off the mask.
And there was the good one. Yeah, almost snared it.
Another enjoyable evening behind the plate for Matt Wieters. 3 ball, 2-strike count again. And Beckham goes down swinging. That's 5 Ks for Gonzalez.
Yeah, such a quality windup. Look how steady he is. Now he just throws it to the outside corner, doesn't steer it there. And 3-2, 92 miles per hour with a little bit of movement. That's how he gets it by. And Beckham is a pretty good fastball hitter.
So Gonzalez starts this inning out the same way he did the first. He struck out two of those Ks coming the start of the ball game when he got Diaz and Beckham. He does it again here in the 6th inning.
Yeah, you wonder if Ramirez will try to bunt his way on. Nope.
Fouls that one back.
Yeah, he can hack with the best of them. But as you mentioned, 30, that's a lot of doubles, 36 doubles.
Gonzalez started the game retiring 6 in a row, gave up a couple of hits and a walk, then retired another 7 in a row. He's gone on streaks here. And that's going to go over the head of Roberts for a base hit. So Ramirez is on with a 2-out single here in the 6th inning. Buckle back up as the Orioles host the Yankees next week here at Camden Yards on Tuesday. Don't miss Ollie's Bargain Night presented by Ollie's Bargain Outlet. Every Tuesday home game, upper reserve seats are only $9 in advance. Back your birds on the hunt for the postseason and save when you buy your tickets before the ball game. 888-848-BIRD to go to Orioles.com. That'll bring Dunn to the plate. Danger here. The long ball always.
Is it ever?
He has grounded out, struck out. He is the designated hitter. He's had a couple of home runs against the Orioles this year. Fouls it away. Dunn with the 0 for 2 in this game. Now 5 for 14. 2 home runs, 5 RBIs against the Orioles.
Yeah, 5 times he's hit 40 or more home runs. One of them last year. American League Comeback Player of the Year. Had a horrible year the year before, only 11 home runs.
0-1 count with a runner on at first base. Shift is on. Machado out there in shallow right field. Inside to him. 1-1.
Yeah, he's a big guy. I'm surprised he missed him. Looked like he might have gotten a jersey.
Adam Dunn here in ball games he's played at Camden Yards, only a 167 average and 1 home run. And staying inside, trying to keep those arms shortened, and a 2-ball 1-strike count.
So Adam has the luxury of maybe certainly looking out over the plate. Very rarely do you ever come into a hitter, especially when you miss 3 times in a row. Well, there you go. Looks like a splitter. Got all 5 fingers from Matt Wieters.
2-1 count. Good lead at first base for Ramirez. And he got it right where he wanted it. Yeah. 2-2.
Yeah, aggressive hitter, good pitch. And he can't even make contact. I mean, he goes and attacks the splitter, but look at the late action.
That pitch will get you Ks and ground balls. Dunn now with 160 strikeouts. He's 4th in the American League in Ks. 2-2. Runner not going, and he's gone. Came back inside and got him, and Gonzalez strikes the side out. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base. The pitching duel continues to the bottom of the 6th inning. All right, now it's Gonzalez with the advantage. 3-1.
2-game losing streak, and Adam Jones home run number 30, 1-0 lead. And then the hanging curveball to J.J. Hardy, home run number 25. It will give the Orioles a 2-1 lead, and then Brian Roberts, same inning, 4th home run of the year. Ciedo can't come up with it. Orioles with a 3-1 lead. Look at your starters. Quintana, after pitching so well against the Orioles, 11 strikeouts. 3 of the hits he gives up are home runs tonight. Miguel Gonzalez, the 1 inning where he gets the bases loaded, throws a double play ball, and he has held the White Sox to only 1 run. Geico, saving people money on more than just car insurance.
And that will bring up Adam Jones against Quintana here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Adam will back off. A homer and a walk for him. So he's now 2 for 5 with 2 home runs off Quintana. And up to 30 on the year and 100 RBIs. What a great season Adam Jones has had in the middle of this big offensive lineup. Adam towards the middle, and that's another base hit. So a 2 for 2 game, and the Orioles again get the leadoff man on base. When the Orioles win, everyone wins, and all season long when the Orioles win and score 5 or more runs, you get 50% off regular menu price online orders at papajohns.com by entering promo code Orioles5. Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's valid. And participating Baltimore area, Papa John's. Orioles had 5 hits in the ball game. 3-5-0 for the O's, 1-4-0 for the White Sox. And here's Chris Davis, 0 for 2. And we'll foul that one off. He's popped out and grounded out, looking for his first hit off Quintana. He's 0 for 5.
Yeah, for Jose Quintana, it's been one of those games that, I mean, he hadn't pitched horribly, 86 pitches, but every one of them, because he's been trailing, and they've only gotten him 1 run of important magnitude. So 86 probably feels like it's a little bit more because of the tightness of this game.
And he hits that one to right field on the button to right at him. Hauled in by Garcia. Didn't take long to get there. Line drive to right by Chris Davis. 1 down. Let's take a look at our PNC minor league report, brought to you by PNC Bank for the achiever in you. Trey Mancini, first base DH.
Yep, grandson of Henry Mancini. No, just kidding. Going back and but oh, so you love to see, and of course they are going for the title, the Iron Birds. Nice to see youngsters with good numbers. I think that's your first year in professional baseball. Put up those numbers.
And good luck to them in their playoff quest here. They're in. And as we said, Zach Britton's gone down, and he will be pitching in one of the games for them. They're going to play tomorrow. Here is Matt Wieters. Wieters, a 1-0 count, 1 down, runner at first base. Matt has doubled, flied out. 17,383, 17,383 the crowd tonight. As a result, the Orioles have gone over the 2 million mark for the 2nd consecutive season. As the Orioles now, for 24 seasons, have had 2 million or more in the 60-year history. Well, the Orioles over 2 million and a good crowd on hand. Everybody wondering who the Ravens playing. I'm not going to hide that, obviously, and we wish them a great return. They are playing. There was a big celebration downtown here in the Inner Harbor tonight, celebrating the Ravens' start of the season. Had a big electrical storm in Denver, so that's held up the ball game apparently, but they're underway tonight, and everybody wondered how the crowd would be here. Well, it's very good. Thank you. A 2-ball, 2-strike count on Wieters.
Well, living in downtown, it's just, I still constantly how the talking about the Oriole franchise, how it's turned around over, especially last year with 93 wins. It's hard to go anywhere, and I'm sure it'll change as we get into football season without seeing orange and black hats, some kind of Oriole garb.
Well, you wear a purple shirt and an orange hat, or an orange shirt and a purple hat.
Yeah, if you're colorblind.
That's right. Base hit into left field. Vicado up with it. Matt Wieters now 2 for 3 in the ball game. Jones goes down to second, 1 out. So another chance for the Orioles as they get 2 on here for Morse.
And Michael just wants to make contact. Quintana, first time he struck him out in, got ahead of him, and then made the perfect pitch in the last time, just change ups and stuff away.
Now a discussion with Ramirez, the shortstop, coming in.
Well, it could be just what the signs are going to be. Runner at second base. Double play obviously in order. Robin Ventura kind of wondering what's going on. But certainly he understands. As a guy that won 6 Gold Gloves, you want everybody on the same page. Well, there you go. A couple of 20 pitch innings or more. 4th and 5th. And that's what kind of got that pitch count up for Jose Quintana, who's thrown 3 home runs.
Morris with 2 on, 1 down. Morris is 3 for 8 with runners in scoring position so far for the Orioles, who are 0 for 3 in the ball game tonight. 2 on, 1 out. Morris will take the pitch inside for a ball.
He got one of the big hits up on Sunday afternoon in New York, and Orioles came back with a 7-run 7th. He started off the Wieters. Hardy hit the 3-run home run. Jones hit a 3-run home run. Orioles end up winning that Sunday game, 1 out of the 3 games against the Yanks.
Morris down to third base. It is a fair ball. There's 1, and there's 2. As Gillespie makes the double play, no runs, 2 hits, no errors. Base runner left on. So Morris retired. So are the Orioles, who lead it 3-1. Will be on the mound against John Danks. Our coverage on MASN 2 HD 630 O's Extra, presented by Geico, followed by game coverage at 7. All the access you need right here on MASN.
So Scott Feldman really been pitching well. You can see low ERA, low whip. John Danks coming off shoulder surgery. So he does pitch for the White Sox, not a winning team. And again, always a tough lefty because he could pitch in. He's got a nice little curveball, good changeup. So should be a pretty good pitching duel tonight. Of course, the difference as we look at Scott Feldman tonight is the home run ball by the Orioles with 3 of them.
So Miguel Gonzalez, after win number 9 on the season, and he'll work here as we go to the 7th inning. Konerko, Garcia, and Gillespie will be due up for the White Sox. Paul Konerko has grounded out and flied out. Konerko with a lot of games played, of course, against the Orioles. Came in with a .292 career average and some 20 home runs against the O's. The delivery to him, and that will be inside for a ball. Real good pitchers duel underway in game 1, which is generally true as you work to the latter part of the season. Quintana, Gonzalez. For the White Sox, it's playing that spoiler role. 1-0 delivery, and that one will be deep enough, but it will be fouled.
Well, that's what I was talking about. And just seems like, and I don't know if it's 38 coming off back surgery, not back surgery, but being on the DL with the back, is that sometimes you feel like I got to get the bat going, and so when the ball is in, and that was in, just get out in front of it a little bit. Did that on about 4 occasions up at Yankee Stadium against the Yankees.
That slow roller is going to be foul. Fortunately for Konerko, he did not leave the batter's box.
And then that ball was away, and he tried to pull it. So you can see constantly trying to stay a limber. Boy, he's had a nice career, though. He came up with the Dodgers, Cincinnati, and then ever since, 1999? And I'm talking a couple 40 home run years. I mean, his average is almost like 33 home runs per season. That's how good he's been.
1-2 delivery, and that'll be taken down low. The question for the White Sox is, looking to get younger, do you want a player like Konerko, even if he has something left in the tank, to be a part of a young team that you're trying to make some changes in to grow and get players out on the field to play? Or do you stay with someone like Paul, the veteran, and try and work it in the mix? Here's the 2-2 delivery on the way, and Konerko will chop that one to short. Hardy's got it to Davis. So open up our Major League Notebook to the East Wins page. The Red Sox, in their win versus the Tigers yesterday, the first team since '07 to have 7 different players with a home run in a single game. David Price is going to work on the West Coast tonight against Oakland since his return from the DL. 7-2 and a 2.12 ERA. And Mariano Rivera, they're going to use him. First save with more than an inning work since July of 2011 in the ball game against the White Sox yesterday. And Joe Girardi has said he's going to have a conversation with Mariano Rivera about coming back for another year. Here's Garcia to third. Manny Machado. Gotcha.
Yeah, well, it's either catch it or we're going to have to call a 911, bring out the paramedics. That ball was ripped. One of the few splitters that stays up, and right there, catch it. Certainly doesn't lay it. He just kind of makes sure that it doesn't come through the glove. It was hit that hard. There you go, the atom ball hooking. Oh, knocked him over.
That was stung. 2 quick outs here in the 7th inning. Here's Gillespie, a single, and he has grounded out, scored the run, 3rd inning. He scored on a double play. No RBI for the White Sox with their 1 run. And the Orioles with a homer by Jones, Roberts, and Hardy. All 3 of their runs with a long ball.
Yeah, he's still trying to get on any way he can because he does have a little bit of a home run bat behind him. You're only down by 2.
And he will put that one in the air towards the seats, and no play. Gillespie among the rookies, second in games played in the American League, 11 home runs, second among rookies there. He's 4th in rookie hits, got 84, tied for 5th in rookie RBIs with 32. And getting the starts at third base.
And no batting gloves. You notice that from where we're in July. I don't see too many hitters do that anymore.
1 ball, 1 strikeout. And again, goes after it, fouls it back.
Yeah, the game would be quicker without batting gloves because most hitters, between every pitch, they adjust them. And if you don't have them,
what are you going to adjust?
Well, you just kind of, I don't know if he has tape on that bat. A little Nick Markakis in him because he's choked up a little bit.
Here's the 1-2 delivery on the way, and that will be fouled away as well. And Gillespie battling here.
Yeah, I told you I was up at the bunker where Masson does a lot of their work, especially when the Orioles are on the road. Now, I got a dressing lesson from Tom Davis yesterday. Do you put your belt on when you have your pants on, or do you just put them on?
No, I usually wear my belt with all my pants. Actually,
no, but I'm saying, do you put it on before and then put your pants on?
No.
Okay, well, Tom was telling me you'll never miss a belt loop if you put it on before you put the pants on.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'll take the missing belt loop for the ease of putting the belt on after my pants are on.
I've been around the block many times, and I've never really
with
thought
or
about
without your
that.
pants.
Yeah, well, no, but I just miss some bell loops all the time. I've just been doing it wrong.
Ground ball to Roberts, and Gillespie is retired. For those of you seriously concerned about whether or not you're missing those belt loops, you put that belt on before you put your pants on, then have a seventh-inning stretch. Alexis of Towson drive of the game.
Now, a little curveball stays up, and that's all it takes. 25th home run. Boy, it's amazing, Gary, when you get J.J. Hardy. You've seen him play in the interleague, saw the numbers, has a couple of injuries, and then they go out and acquire him, and you find out how good a player he is, both hitting and defensively.
And our drive of the game brought to you by Lexus of Towson, the Baltimore area's #1 Lexus dealer. Come see why they're #1 at lexusoftowson.com. So Gonzalez on the bench, and he is done as he receives congratulations, and deservedly so, with a 1-run, 4-hit, 7-inning performance for Gonzalez. Will turn it over the bullpen with the Orioles on top, at least for the moment, 3-1, and hoping to add more against Quintana, who's gone the distance here in the bottom of the 7th inning. 1 for 2 Hardy, 5-game hit streak off the fist. That's going to be tough. Visaedo coming will have no play, and Hardy is on. Leadoff single for the Orioles here in the 7th inning.
Yeah, that's what happens when you hit a home run. You play him maybe a step or so deeper, then you make a good pitch. He fights it off, finds a little soft spot in the defense, and the Orioles are off and running here in the 7th.
The Orioles have had the leadoff man on 5 times in 7 innings tonight. Tommy Hunter gets ready to come into the ball game for Gonzalez. And the Orioles have their 7th hit of the game. Crooked number up there for the O's. Here's Valencia. He has popped out and grounded out. Danny's DHing tonight, and that will be foul back. He tried to push it into right field.
Yeah, got a change up. And
here's the 0-1 delivery. That'll be in the dirt. Stopped by Anderson. Valencia trying to keep his 6-game hit streak alive. Lindstrom in the bullpen. The right-hander for the White Sox.
Boy, is he having a nice season. We certainly know him. Hard throwing righties.
One ball, 1 strike count. And a ball drilled in the air to center field. Diaz turns all the way around. He'll get there. Runner back to first base. Valencia retired, 1 away. On Sunday, the Oriole Advocates will hold their annual cardboard to leather collection at Oriole Park. Fans are encouraged to bring any new or slightly used baseball or softball equipment to any Oriole Park gate prior to the 1:35 White Sox game. It'll be donated to underprivileged youth in developing countries. Financial donations will also be accepted. For more information, visit OriolesReach.com. One down now with Hardy on at first base. McLouth has struck out twice, 2 of the 4 Ks. And that will be fouled off. And 1 strikeout.
Yeah, after going a whole series at Cleveland where he got a lot of good pitches to hit, that has not been the case tonight for Nate McLouth. For Quintana, only 24 years old, he understands that the 2-seam fastball is a very difficult pitch for left-handers. They like it down, but they don't like it down in with late movement. And so he's been to both sides of the plate against Nate tonight.
On delivery towards the middle, handled by Ramirez. He'll go to the bag 1, and there's 2. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left on base. 7 complete here at Camden Yards. Hunter will be coming on to pitch for the O's. But tonight he was good.
Yeah, he pitches well. They get him the 3 runs. I mean, 6 strikeouts of the 7 innings. He only has base runners in 3 of them. When he gets the bases loaded, looks like it's not going to be very good. Able to throw the double play ball. So really pitches well. Even 100 pitches, and now it's up to the bullpen. But he certainly pitched and make some adjustments. That's what you want to see, and he was very, very good tonight. Tommy Hunter's going to come on. Home run in Cleveland, but he's really pitched well for the Orioles. You can see the low ERA, 4 out of 6 when it comes to saving games. Only 12 walks in 72 innings, so he makes you really earn your way on. And you can see the left-handers at 300, the righties, he's dominated them, yet to hit a home run. And part of that is because he throws about 96 to 98. He's got a hard slider and then a cutter that's going to be in the low 90s.
And the Orioles will have Nick Markakis enter the ball game in right field. So Nick now in 137 of the 139 that the Orioles have played, as Michael Morse out of the ball game, who started in right. And Hunter starts out with a strike. Dan Visaedo leading it off. He's had 2 singles in the ball game. White Sox have been held to 4 hits, and they have all been singles. Visaedo 2. Gillespie 1, and he scored in the 3rd inning, and then the single by Ramirez in the 6th. That was the last White Sox hit, and that one will be fouled away. For Gonzalez, he was working on 5 days rest again. That's the 7th start he's had on 5 days rest. His ERA on 5 days rest coming into the game was 3.72, so he's lowered that. His ERA in the normal 4 days rest is 4.77, almost a run higher. So the Orioles have tried to keep an eye on that and wonder whether or not it might be of value to have the extra day for Miguel Gonzalez. At least for this one ball game, be it that or something else, it didn't hurt. 1-2 delivery fouled away again. And a 1-ball 2-strike count. Tommy Hunter working against the White Sox this season in game number 3. He's worked 2 1/3 innings against them this year, giving up 1 run, 1 hit, a home run. And another one. Visaedo fouling him back, same place, 1-2.
Well, you're still in a count where when a guy's that late on your fastball, it's all right to throw him a breaking ball as long as it doesn't have to be in the strike zone. And 1-2, that's what you try to do, execute it. Maybe a cutter, maybe a little bit of a slider, down and away. Up another fastball, and he's not quite getting to it.
Got to have a member of the family over there somewhere down that right field line. He's provided 4 foul balls to him so far.
Yeah, big inning for the White Sox last night. They would lose to the Yankees, but they would score 4 in the 8th, lose 6-5. So not like they just go away.
1-2 delivery and the ground ball to Roberts. Visaedo is retired. 1 away here in the 8th inning. This copyrighted telecast presented by authority of the Orioles may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Orioles. And with 1 away, here's Anderson, the catcher, batting 9th. The walk, and he is grounded out. And a big swing on that one.
Hiskin has nasty stuff. That was a curveball. I mean, he's got a cutter, he's got a slider, he's got a fastball, he's got a changeup.
Another one.
95, and then I'm not sure if that was a 4-seamer or 2-seamer, but the bottom just kind of ran away from the bat head. And an array of outstanding stuff by Tommy Hunter, especially out of the bullpen.
And a fastball he just missed. 1 ball, 2-strike count. Heated that one up. Diaz, the leadoff batter, waiting on deck. 1-2, and that's that, and he knew it.
Yep. Yeah, when that ball was about to kind of be backdoored, come in the back door and hit that outside corner, Brian Anderson is heading for the dugout. Late breaking somewhere around the outside corner. Bob Davison sitting on the inside corner says close enough.
And that'll bring up Diaz, who's 0 for 3, the leadoff batter, center fielder. You saw Matt Wieters caught that ball. We talk about presentation by the catcher to the umpire. If you turn the glove the other way, it's a ball. But because he has that glove turn, it's on the plate. Part of that glove, at least, is on the plate part. So he receives it, presents it, doesn't have to move the glove back into the zone. It's already there, even if the webbing may be a little bit outside and the ball may be in the webbing.
Yeah, well, Steve Stone is working next door, won a Cy Young here, and Rick Dempsey was the catcher. I mean, it's kind of it's the angle of your wrist, and Stoney was talking about, you know, Rick blocking balls and throwing people out and receiving the ball, and he was very good. And you know, Matt is at that point now where he used to have Earl Williams, and Earl Williams would actually take the ball away from the strike zone because he was learning how to catch and didn't have a whole lot of interest. John Russell knows what we're talking about, former catcher and a very good one. So it's not always easy because you got to understand. I mean, the guy's throwing 95, 97, the ball's moving. Some guys have that late life, or maybe the ball will cut a little bit.
1 ball, 2-strike count with 2 down. And the 1-2 delivery to him. That's going to be inside. Red Sox have extended their lead 6-2 over New York. Nova came out after only 4 innings. He threw 96 pitches in 4 innings. Gave up 3 runs on 5 hits in that time frame.
Yeah, that's the Red Sox #1 in not only runs but on base percentage, working the count.
2-2 delivery, and that one's going to be fouled back. Peavy on line for a win in that ball game if the Red Sox hang on.
Yeah, what a trade that's been. I mean, that's why Garcia's the right fielder here. Look at Addison Reed. I mean, there's a closer. Had a nice year, 36 saves, 5 blown saves, 36 out of 41.
Hunter with the 2-2 delivery, and Diaz will take the pitch, and the count goes full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. 3-2, 2 down, nobody on. The Orioles up by 2. This will be the 8th pitch of this at bat to the leadoff batter.
Yeah, he actually has taken some really close pitches.
And another one.
Then he fouls off the high heaters, but all the cutters, unless it's a strike, he's not going to chase.
Orioles have held this White Sox offense down only 1 inning where they got a runner as far as second. Actually got one over to third and 1 in the third, but that's the only inning where they've had somebody beyond first base. Here's the 3-2 delivery, and that ball will be a base hit into left field. Now Diaz is on as he picks up a hit. 2 down, 1 on. In our Major League Notebook on the Homer Happy page, how about yesterday for home runs? Matt Adams of the Cardinals, the first player in history to have 2 home runs in the 14th inning or later in a single game. He tied it up and then won it in the 16th. The Oakland A's 4 home runs with runners on base and an 11-4 win. That one came against the Rangers, and the Chicago Cubs got 4 home runs in a comeback win against the Marlins. Donnie Murphy, who was called up on August 4 with the Cubs, had one of those home runs. He's had 9 home runs since he got called up by the Cubs on August 4. That ball will be put up in the air by Beckham into foul territory, and Davis will not have a play.
And then the Red Sox with 8 home runs. The ball was flying.
It was out of here, wherever that here was yesterday. The Orioles have done it tonight. They've added 3 in the ball game off Quintana.
But the game is close because they've all been solos. Not that there's anything wrong with hitting solos. That's what you got to do sometimes if nobody's on.
Runner at first, 2 down. Robin Ventura said there's O'Day in the bullpen for the Orioles. Talking with Robert today before the game against the Yankees, they were down 6-1. He said, I wasn't worried at all that we were going to score 4 runs. And they did.
Yeah.
And they lost by 1, which is exactly what's happened to them all year. And a pitch that will be taken for a strike. First base umpire John Hirschbeck saying he went around. Hunter trying to get out of the 8th inning with a runner on at first, 2 away. Beckham, 0-2 count, has already struck out twice in the game. 2 of the 6 picked up by Gonzalez in his start. Piazza with a lead at first, not going, and Beckham again fouls it off as the White Sox hitters trying to get around, and that fastball not doing it. 23 thrown here in the inning. The long at bat by Diaz.
Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah, it's not like he's wild. It's not like he's getting behind people. It's just they've had, especially Diaz, a terrific at bat.
0-2. And Beckham takes it down the line in right field. That is curving, and that is foul. He didn't get around on that either, but still punched it a long way.
Well, but it does speed up the bat, and that was a little cutter, and it stayed up. And Beckham, a good high ball hitter. Last 9 games against the Orioles, as you mentioned, he's always hit them pretty well. 300 hitter with a home run, 9 RBIs.
Beckham against Hunter, 2 for 9. Leaders moving outside. Here's the 0-2.
What tremendous approach by these guys, because those are really good, well executed quality pitches. And that's a 93-mile-per-hour cutter right on the outside corner, and he just keeps flicking it foul. So you know where the pitch is, Gary. It's up and in, but boy, if you're going in this ballpark, it better be in.
All the way in.
Yeah, but the count allows you to do that.
0-2 count. And a ground ball to short. Hardy's got the easy one. It's sunk into Roberts, and Hunter wins the battle. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on. We go to the bottom of the 8th with the Orioles on top in game 1, 3-1. third inning, bases loaded, nobody out. De Aza up, Gonzalez needing it, got the ground ball. Hardy to the bag himself, to first for 2. A run would score, but De Aza hit into the double play, and the White Sox would get no more out of that third inning.
So Jose Quintana he really pitches a pretty good game. The 3 solo home runs. Orioles make a nice adjustment after he struck out 11. Didn't go up only the 1 run in Chicago. So again, a lot of balls, but more strikes by 2-1. Reed comes in. He is their closer. You can see 36 out of 41. Set the all-time Chicago rookie record last year with 29. So very low batting average. Home runs, not a lot of them. Lefties only at 180. Righties a little bit better. So hard thrower out of San Diego State. And when you're lost 6 in a row, he's not getting as much work. I would imagine this is one of those Robin Ventura. Let's get him just in case we need him in any of these other 4 games. Plus, got to keep the game right where it is at 3-1.
Brian Roberts will be up for the Orioles as we go to the bottom half of the 8th inning. Jim Johnson will get ready. It is a save situation at the moment for the O's. And Roberts goes after the first pitch down the line in left. Isaeda with the long run, and not quite, as that'll be in the first row and foul. Brian delivered a home run in the 5th inning, his 4th of the year, robbed of a hit by Beckham on a line drive in the 3rd, and flied out his first time up. Got out of an 0 for 13 with a home run that he picked up. And the Orioles, Jones got the first one, first inning. White Sox tied it at 1-1. Then the 2 home runs in the 5th. Hardy is 25th, and Roberts is 4th. 3-1 lead. And Roberts belts that one down the line, deep but foul.
Boy, nice little swing right there. And 93 miles per hour, fastball, slider, changeup pitcher. A home run off of Quintana, left field, and just a little bit quick on that one.
Here's the 0-2 delivery on the way, and the off-speed pitch will get him, and Reed will get the strikeout. 1 down here in the 8th.
Yeah, Addison Reed's a big kid, and but he gives you a lot of arms, and then right here, nice little slider, takes some off. 2 strikes, throw it off the plate, down and in. Perfectly positioned pitch after he almost gave up a home run.
So Reed, 1 down. Manny Machado 0 for 3, maybe a last chance to extend his 8-game hit streak. Tried to there in a breaking ball, and a 1-strike count. These young pitchers, Quintana was 24, the starter. Reed's 24. 0-1 delivery on the way. That's the foundation for the future for the White Sox, of these young pitchers. It was last season with the 62 appearances, his first full year in the majors. And for Robin Ventura, then the White Sox, that's what their hopes are based on.
Yeah, Hector Santiago, we'll see him. He's only 25, and another left-hander.
And a 1-ball, 2-strike count on Manny Machado. There's Jim in the bullpen for the O's.
Yeah, tied with Mariano Rivera, most saves in the American League. 2013, 51 last year, 41 this year so far.
And the 1-2 delivery, and get out of the way and foul it back. While on the way down, he gets a foul ball, and the count stays at 1-2.
Yeah, I don't think he had much choice. Ball up and in. Not that much, but he's just trying to check his swing, and actually, as it turns out, because he falls down, it's a pretty good bat speed right here.
That's the ultimate example of keeping your hands back.
Inside the ball.
Yes.
That ball is just off the label.
Then go outside and get him, and that's what Reed did. He's got 2 strikeouts. 2 down here in the 8th.
Well, only 5 blown saves, so he knows what he's doing. Really good stuff. Big, tall kid, sidewinder.
2 down, bases empty. Adam Jones, 2-hit ball game. Been on 3 times. A homer, a single, a walk. And he is put the ball out of the yard for the 30th time this year for the Orioles and reach that 100 RBI mark. Boy, that's
for the first time.
Quite the season.
Yeah. I mean, last year 32 home runs, 85 RBIs. Chris Davis with 33 home runs didn't get 100 RBIs last year, but already, I mean, he's way past that.
Great chance to have a 300 plus batting average, 30 or plus 30 home runs, and 100 plus RBIs for Adam Jones. And he will take the pitch on the outside corner. Reed staying away. 1 ball, 1 strike count. Game 1 of 4 against the White Sox, all vital. Kind of a quiet day in baseball, travel day for a lot of teams. Here's the 1-1 pitch, swinging it 1 down and away, and it's 1-2. Poor Adam Jones, the big season. There are the numbers for him: 30 home runs, 100 RBIs on the year. That was the swing that launched number 30, putting it out of the ballpark here at Camden Yards. And the count at 1-2 as the Orioles continue to score runs only on homers of late. The 1-2 delivery, and Jones on a swing and a miss. So Addison Reed comes on and strikes out the side. Jim Johnson will look for the save. He will be going against the middle of the White Sox order. Of Central Maryland's fit and fun program. To date, 352 walks, total of 17,600 smackaroos. Care First, Blue Cross Blue Shield encourages each of us to take that first step towards a healthier and more active lifestyle. Rebuckle them up, sports fans. It's the 9th. Here's Jim.
Yep, trying to go for her 42. Rivera got his 41st 4-out save yesterday for the Yankees. Well, last year 51 out of 54. This year 41 out of 50. And it seems to be for Jim the key. Relax, get the first batter out. Ground ball pitcher.
Ramirez will lead it off. Then Dunn and Canerco. Power in the middle of the lineup. Ramirez has had one of the hits, a single. He's 1 for 3. Johnson got a save in the only win the Orioles had in Chicago in that middle ball game. The only game he's appeared in against them this year. He worked 1 inning, gave up no runs, 2 hits, had a strikeout, no walks, and the pitch will be inside for a ball. Jim has now appeared in 19 games against the White Sox. No wins, couple of losses, and 6 saves. And Ramirez with the bat flying into his own dugout, pops it back over the screen.
Yeah, a little help for Jim Johnson as he chases ball 2.
Apparently not really liking his manager, attempted to take him out here in the 9th inning. Robin was right there for that one.
Well, there you go. And they do have the screen and the net right there. That saves you.
That one right over it.
Yeah, it saves a bunch of people. As a matter of fact, it's usually worried about the ball, not the bat.
Yeah.
It's a new Olympic sport, the bat fling.
And the 1-1 delivery on the way, and a big cut by Ramirez, and he fouls it back. For Ramirez against Jim Johnson, 4 for 6. 1 ball, 2 strike count. Alexei Ramirez. The Orioles 3 outs away from taking game 1 of this 4-game set. And a swing and a miss, and he got him.
Yeah, the sky hook. Jim Johnson, a big man, about almost 6'6". Perfect count, 1 and 2 for a curveball, and then can't throw it any better. Starts on the plate. There's the illusion. You think it's going to stay up, and it doesn't. Boy, a power hook, a good one.
Johnson trying to make a winner of Gonzalez, who would be 9-7. Quintana, if he takes the loss, will be 7-6. Their starter is done. Power against Powell. 0 for 3 for the DH, and he has struck out twice in the ball game. He's 3 for 6 off Johnson with a homer. Great job of the Oriole pitchers so far in this one. 0-1 delivery. Hunter worked the inning, gave up 1 hit, had a strikeout. Gonzalez a run on 4 hits over 7, a walk, and 6 strikeouts. All the hits, 5 of them singles for the White Sox. Only 1 inning where they scored a run did they get a runner to second base.
Yeah, I thought that Jim Johnson made a really good point a couple of weeks ago when he said, you know, when you start overthrowing stuff, the ball sinks right out of your hand. The hitter at this level, they pick it up. So maybe try a little bit easier. And he's had a lot of late movement.
1-2, just
wow.
missed.
He just got, I can tell you how he's looking away, and Jim Johnson paints the inside corner, and easily Bob Davison could have gotten that hand up because the edge of the ball appeared to be on the plate.
And a swing and a miss. Dunn goes down, 2 away.
So here's some 95 with movement. Look at that ball just take off. It's up, extra velocity, strikeout guy at the plate a couple times for Adam Dunn tonight.
Paul Konerko, 0 for 3. A 1 for 5 off Jim Johnson. 2 down, bases empty, and Konerko will foul it off. Time for you to text in your vote for the AT&T Player of the Game. Here are your choices. Adam Jones, big home run in this one. J.J. Hardy, he also had one. And Miguel Gonzalez, the starter, run on 4 hits over 7. Text in your vote, A, B, or C, 318-26. 0-1 delivery. Konerko, roller. 2 strikes. White Sox looking at their 7th loss in a row. Orioles looking to end a short 2-game losing streak and perhaps begin a long win streak. Here's the 0-2 delivery. Goes to short. Hardy, the in-betweener. He's got it. Throws to first. Game over. Jim Johnson retires the side in order here in the 9th inning with 2 strikeouts. He will pick up the save. 3-7-0 for the Orioles. 1-5-0 for the White Sox. Gonzalez wins at 9-7. Quintana takes the loss. He is 7-6, and the Orioles have a win.